Hi, I'm Max Mandel. I'm co-principal viola of the Orchestra of the Age of Enlightenment. And today we're going to talk about an essential component of what we do. When we do a concert, we've got us, the performers, we've got the music, and we've got you, the audience. But the fourth element, which is totally essential, is the venue. Right now we're standing in front of Queen Elizabeth Hall, which is one of my favorite places to play in the UK. And we're going to take you on a little tour of different places that we play at. I love the Southbank Centre, and I'm not really sure why. You know, it's sort of this brutalist architecture. It just occurred to me that it reminds me of my hometown, Toronto, because this stuff was built in the 60s, where like everything in Toronto was built at that time. So it feels like I'm coming home when I'm here. One of the cool things about this place is over there is the Hayward Gallery, which, hot tip, one of the best gift shops in all of London. I love coming here to do shopping, play concerts, and then the other crazy thing is one of the few perks of my job is that I get this Southbank Centre card, which gives me a discount at the amazing cafes all around here. So that's fun. One of the toughest things about this job is finding the artist entrance. Whenever you're at a venue for the first time, you often spend half an hour walking around the building trying to figure out how to get in. We're here at the Royal Festival Hall artist entrance, which is nice. It has its own sliding door, which I appreciate. Recently, we were on tour in Moscow, and I walked around to the artist entrance, and it was labeled servants entrance, which I think is probably, you know, gives you an idea of what they think of musicians. Here, we're treated with a little more respect. Shall we go in? This is where we hang out. This is where I like to put my viola. It's like exact right height. It's very nice. Appreciate that. This is prime violinist area. Someone's here with their violin. So I try to stay away from this area as much as I can. I just try to avoid. Violas generally hang out more over in that direction. This area is where the double basses keep their basses. And you'll often find the double bass and the cellos hanging out in this room practicing. These guys are working. Hey, how are you? Right, so I'm standing here and I can like feel a little bit of the tingle that I get when I stand in this area. It's usually like I get a little jumpy and a little like, you walk out onto that stage and what's cool about it is that it's a huge hall. It's 2,900 seats. You know, just like, it's a massive place. But when you walk out, it actually feels kind of intimate. Like it feels, you know, like you're at home. So it's a weird thing. It's like, it's big and small at the same time. I love playing on that stage. It's thrilling. It feels good. It sounds good. People often worry that like we're not loud enough on that stage because I think it feels so big. But I've sat at the back of the hall when Stephen Isserlis was playing Elgar Concerto on gut strings, and I could hear every note that he played. So to me, it's a fantastic hall for the size, for how massive it is. So here we are, just off of Fleet Street, in the area which used to be called Whitefriars. We're here because apparently the first public concert ever took place right around here in 1672. So we have an advertisement that's for a public concert at the time, which apparently cost 1 shilling, which today is about 5 quid, which was quite a lot at the time. But it did offer cake and ale, which is a classic way to get you to come to your concert. The truth is that, you know, basically, if you were a musician, the only way to survive back then was to be employed by a court. You had to be at, you know, you had to have a count or a king or a queen to pay your bills to perform for them at their beck and call, like our beloved Joseph Haydn did at Esterhazy for over 30 years. It's amazing to me to think that we're standing in the spot in 1672 where the freelance musician was invented, and it was a hard hustle at the time, just trying to make a living, trying to figure out how am I going to, you know, put food on the table by doing what I love, and, you know, which things haven't really changed all that much, unfortunately.
The next stop is Shadwell.
So one of the things that frustrates me slightly about being a performer in classical music is that I hear from a lot of my friends who are not musicians that they don't know how to behave in a concert hall, which is very disturbing to me because I think everyone should behave however they want in a concert hall. I mean, you're having an emotional experience, a reaction, which is valid as anybody's reaction, wherever you are, and however you want to express that, to me, is honest, and should be honest and immediate. When you're at a pub, people do have that immediate, they've given themselves permission to have that immediate response, to shout out to the performers, or to, you know, to applaud when they like, or, you know, to carry on with their conversation with their friend. And to me, that is all more of a normal atmosphere for it to happen at a concert. I mean, I love it when an audience gets super quiet, the way that you do at some of the finest concert halls, where you can hear a pin drop and the atmosphere is incredible and the tension is there. You can get that in a pub like this. But what you don't get in a big concert hall is that sort of relaxed vibe where people are really being themselves. I wish everyone could come to a show at the George Tavern, hear the OE play at the George Tavern, and then take that same vibe as an audience member to Royal Festival Hall. I think that's one of the things we're after as an orchestra.